Hey guys, I'm back with another 10 metal bands you haven't heard but should. You may well be able to hear drilling, but unfortunately that's life in a city, so I do apologise for that. But more importantly, let's talk about some heavy metal because that's what we're all here for. So firstly, Tales of Medusa and their Antiquity record. It was originally released on tape, I believe. This band is a really interesting band because you can't really buy their stuff. You more have to acquire it through some means or another. And in my case, Keep It True Festival were having a competition, and I was really lucky, and I won this. I've actually been meaning to talk about this record for a long time. It's really magical, epic heavy metal album. But the problem is, it has only just made its way from where I previously lived to where I live now. So it's hugely belated. But on that note, I'd love to say a huge thank you to Oliver and Lilla from Keep It True Festival, because without them, I wouldn't have this really cool and rare relic for the collection. And if you love bands like Manila Road and Cirith Ungol and Brockushelm and Dark Quarterer and all these mystical, epic heavy metal bands of the 80s, Tales of Medusa perfectly capture that feeling with this amazing mythology, and yeah, it's a really cool band. They've just put out a new 7-inch, I believe, which I'm hoping to acquire. But yeah, you can kind of get their stuff, like sometimes if you order from certain distros over a certain amount, they'll include it. But yeah, the band put it out there in a way that's naturally makes it quite obscure, but without just pressing like three of them. Like, I think there's, how many of these is there? There's it's hand numbered. It's a decent enough quantity. There we go, 375. So, it's a bigger pressing run than we did of the 7-inch even, which was 250. So, it's attainable. Next, we have some evil black and death metal from Bloody Vengeance. You know a band's going to be cool when they're named after a Volcano record. And Rido de Guerra, I guess, is probably not how you say that. Something of War, I guess. Yeah. Well, anyway, these guys are really cool German band playing in the old school South American Black Death with a bit of thrash. I saw them actually playing Subterranean Manifestation Festival. Some of the live guys from Death Worship play in this band as well. Yeah, really cool, really evil. They've got a couple bits out now, both on Nuclear War now, and yeah, if you like your kind of more savage war metal stuff as I do, this is definitely a really cool example. This next one is one you'll recognize from my albums of the year video, and it is Demon Bitch with Master of the Games, their new third album on Gates of Hell Records. I always get them mixed up. They're both amazing labels out of Italy, and they're sort of release stuff and they put it all together on one website, so that's why I get confused. But yeah, this one is a Gates of Hell release. But yeah, check out Crystal Store as well. This is, again, more epic, melodic heavy metal. If you like Vulture's Vengeance, who have just announced their second album, which is phenomenal, I'll talk about that, I'm sure, very soon elsewhere. My review is already up. But Demon Bitch kind of melds like these melodic, intricate, neoclassical lead guitars with really eccentric vocals and just have a very unique sound. And yeah, I love it when bands sound like an 80s heavy metal band but just do something a bit new and unique with it. And yeah, Demon Bitch is really special. And I think this is their best one yet. But yeah, check out their backlog as well. Now from here in London, we have Coltre with Under the Influence. They do actually have a full-length album now, which I still need to grab at the moment of recording. This is their mini LP on Dying Victims. These guys rule. British heavy metal doesn't really sound like British heavy metal in a lot of cases. There are exceptions like Amulet and Heavy Sentence and indeed Coltre. But it's a rarity here, and I've seen these guys several times here in London, and they have a really cool sound. It's very akin to Diamond Head, certain moments of Angel Witch, certain moments of even very early Merciful Fate in there, and they just have this really haunting, memorable cult feeling to them that I really love. And yeah, every time I've seen them live, they've gotten subsequently better. They've now doing a short European tour, which is going to be cool. So yeah, these guys seem to be on the up and up, and I really recommend them. Yeah. If you want your new wave of British heavy metal back in British heavy metal, they're a band that does that, without all the polished kind of modernizations that kind of some bands go for, that they feel like the real thing. Now we're going to do some tapes. So first we have Finland's Vitriolic, who have just also put out a new album, conveniently, which I don't have yet, on a Head Split, who did this tape here, and Dying Victims, who did, like, Head Split did the CD and tape, and Dying Victims did the vinyl, I believe. They've definitely got some Destroy 666 in the sound, definitely comparable to fellow Finns' Urn, although whereas Urn go a bit more towards heavy metal, Vitriolic go a bit more towards the kind of extreme metal. It's just really evil, fast, thrashy, cool stuff. Like, I got this tape for like £5 in a local record shop, and I feel very much like I got £5 worth of riffs on that. Next we have Black Mask from Mexico. I saw these guys at Keep It True Festival at the warm-up last year. This is their new, well, not that new actually, maybe now, Queen of the Beasts album. And this is on Tapes of Terror, which is the tape sub-label of Dementia Records. Now, this is really cool. There's bits of these guys that remind me of Messiah Force, who are one of my favourite bands of all time. Definitely some Chastain and Warlock in there, some Acid. They have these kinds of really nice speedy riffs with these more epic heavy metal moments, cool vocals, really cool stuff there from Mexico. Now we head north of the USA to Canada with Freeways and Dark Sky Sanctuary. This is, I guess, on the verge of being a heavy metal or a hard rock album. I guess maybe go as the Swedes do and combine the two words into one. But yeah, Freeways is a really cool band. I'm really looking forward to seeing these guys in a few months at Keep It True. I've really talked about this festival a lot, and that's because it's the best. But yeah, again, on Tapes of Terror, Dying Victims did the record, and yeah, it's just really nice, kind of mellow, hard rocky heavy metal. It's got a really kind of ethereal feeling to it. As pretentious as that sounds, it's just very pleasant. Now going away from the pleasantries, we have Alters with their kind of dissonant, progressive, experimental takes on death metal. Don't get me wrong, it's still is proper death metal. It's not like kind of techy or like overly wanky. It's just Abyssal from the UK is maybe a good touchstone. Mitochondrion, those kinds of bands. Malthusian from Ireland. Really cool stuff from Alters. Their new album's really good as well, but I only have the first one, which is called Paramnesia. Really cool, just evil, weird, messed up death metal. Very nice stuff there. I think a lot of you guys will enjoy. Now from Denmark, we have Steel Inferno, another band who have just put out a new album. This seems to be the theme of me having old releases of bands doing new things, but this is And the Earth Stood Still. The band have changed lineup a little bit, especially the vocals are very different on the new album, which I recently reviewed. Here they sound a little bit more melodic and kind of a bit more heavy metal, and the new stuff goes a bit more speed metal with just a bit more punch to it. I really like both. I think both are really cool, so have both, I guess. Yeah, Steel Inferno from Denmark. And finally, finishing in the north of Europe, we have Finland's Pyöveli, who play killer speed metal. This is on our Witch's Brew, so thanks to Cheryl for the trade on this one. We're going to have more Witch's Brew, I believe, in the next video, if memory serves. This is just crude and rude, heavy fucking speed metal from Finland by some young maniacs who just... Well, actually, maybe they're not too young. I don't know. It's hard to tell with Finns. But yeah, very old school, just in your face, obnoxious, and just cool, fun, ripping songs. You get a hell of a lot of songs on this as well. And with names like Speed Metal Attack, Rites of Violence, and Heavy Thrasher, you kind of know what you're going to get. So, that was another 10 metal bands you haven't heard but should. I hope, as always, you guys support the bands and labels that I've talked about, because that's the whole reason for doing this. If you want to support me, you can buy the new Razor Forge 7-inch, which I'm really proud of. I've got rid of way over half of my copies, which is insane because I self-released it, and, it's a 7-inch, a passion project, and something that mixes black, heavy, and thrash metal. There's quite a few things where it's not going to have mass appeal, and, why would I want it to? The underground spirit is all that counts, but I'm hugely grateful to everybody who has supported it. I've started reviewing some great stuff on my website for this year. Started doing some interviews, which are both appearing there, and will be in the 6th Shrieks from the Abyss, which is kind of going to be like the third one, and it's going to be exclusive to a second anthology book that is coming with Cult Never Dies, hopefully sooner rather than later. me and Dial working hard on, making sure the layouts are redesigned and the interviews are formatted and proofread well. And it's just going to be my fanzine as it usually is, but in a just lumped together and with some just new, more exciting layouts and just cool stuff to, make a bit of a relic to stand the test of time. So Maniacs can hopefully look back at it in a few years' time and go, this was a half decent fanzine. And yeah, I think that's all the news as it stands now. I guess festivals and shows are going to be coming back soon. Morbid in only a week's time in London. Looking forward to there being gigs again after a dry couple months. And yeah, hopefully see you guys on the road or otherwise. Thank you for watching the video. And until next time, stay metal.